We've had MasterChef royalty in the kitchen before, but no one like this. All the way from sunny California, please welcome to MasterChef Australia, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle!
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Because I could just authentically be myself without so much preparedness.
It doesn't work for you to shoulders back, breasts out, headlights going, and try to look as bitchy as possible.
Well, interesting. What I learned about myself is no matter what my name is or what people call me, I'm still the same person.
Megyn, off.
What happens when a carefully planned television appearance is supposed to strengthen a public image, but instead becomes the moment everyone starts asking uncomfortable questions? That's exactly what unfolded after Meghan Markle's appearance on MasterChef Australia, where a segment intended to showcase her lifestyle brand quickly became the center of intense online debate. Within hours, clips were spreading across social media, commentators were dissecting every answer, and critics argued that what viewers had just witnessed raised more questions than it answered.
Trick that people do with pineapple, instead of just cutting it to make the perfect little bite, you follow the wedge. When nature has given you all the cues on how to have a perfect taste of something.
Oh, how fun is that? I love it.
Oh my gosh, I worked so hard.
Supporters saw an unfair pile-on. Critics saw confirmation of long-held doubts. Either way, the appearance became one of the most talked-about celebrity television moments of the week, and suddenly every second of that episode was being replayed under a microscope. The controversy didn't begin with a dramatic confrontation. It started with a simple introduction. Meghan was welcomed onto one of Australia's biggest cooking shows as the Duchess of Sussex, arriving as a special guest whose lifestyle brand and recent cooking projects made her an obvious promotional fit. On paper, everything appeared perfectly aligned. She had recently embraced a public image centered around food, entertaining, and home life. A cooking competition seemed like the ideal place to reinforce that identity. But television has a way of exposing what rehearsed interviews sometimes hide. Once the cameras rolled, every answer, every pause, and every facial expression immediately became part of a much bigger conversation. One of the earliest moments to attract attention was remarkably ordinary. Asked what she enjoyed cooking for her family, Meghan described balancing different tastes, mentioning her husband's preference for traditional British comfort food while contrasting it with her own California-inspired approach to fresh ingredients and herbs. It sounded like a routine answer, yet many online commentators focused less on what she said than on what she didn't say. Several television personalities and social media users argued that she never identified a specific signature family meal, interpreting that omission as significant. Those reactions quickly spread across platforms, turning a seemingly harmless exchange into one of the most replayed moments from the episode. Whether viewers agreed with those criticisms or not, the discussion gathered momentum with surprising speed. From there, the scrutiny only intensified. Television host Megyn Kelly criticized the appearance on her own program, describing it as unsuccessful and questioning whether Meghan's cooking-focused public image matched what audiences had just watched. Other commentators echoed similar opinions, while online commenters coined phrases mocking the performance and debating whether the appearance had achieved the opposite of its intended purpose. Importantly, these were opinions expressed by critics and commentators, not established facts about Meghan herself. Still, their remarks gained traction because they reflected conversations already unfolding across social media. The discussion soon expanded beyond cooking altogether. Reports began circulating that there had been awkward moments behind the scenes involving references to the word royalty. According to commentary cited in the source material, Meghan reportedly objected to being described in that way during production, although accounts varied and none of those claims were independently confirmed within the source itself. Even so, the story became another layer of the growing narrative surrounding the episode. Suddenly, what had begun as a celebrity guest appearance was evolving into a broader debate about branding, public perception, and image management. As critics continued analyzing the episode, another pattern they highlighted involved Meghan's conversational style. Some commentators argued that pauses such as "that's a great question" appeared to buy time before answering. Others disagreed, suggesting those moments were simply natural responses during an unscripted television conversation. Regardless of interpretation, clips of those exchanges circulated repeatedly online, with viewers replaying them frame by frame and debating what they revealed. The discussion became less about cooking itself and more about authenticity, an issue that has followed many high-profile public figures in the age of social media. Another talking point emerged during a conversation about desserts and fresh ingredients. Megyn described encouraging children to pick fruit from the garden, prompting humorous reactions from some television commentators who joked about chocolate not growing on trees. The exchange itself was lighthearted, but online critics transformed it into another widely shared clip, adding to a growing compilation of moments they believed illustrated disconnects between presentation and audience expectations. Again, these interpretations reflected public commentary rather than objective conclusions, yet they contributed significantly to the viral nature of the appearance. By this point, the conversation had clearly shifted. It was no longer simply about recipes or cooking advice. Every expression, every pause, and every sentence had become material for endless analysis. Supporters argued that no guest could reasonably withstand that level of microscopic scrutiny. Critics insisted the episode exposed inconsistencies they believed had existed for years. Between those competing perspectives, one fact remained undeniable: a single television appearance had sparked days of headlines, reaction videos, and social media debates, ensuring that what began as an ordinary guest spot evolved into one of the week's biggest celebrity talking points. The biggest mystery wasn't whether Meghan Markle could cook. It was why one television appearance triggered such an overwhelming wave of reactions from commentators, viewers, and social media users. Throughout the episode, ordinary moments became extraordinary talking points, with every answer, pause, and expression examined through completely different lenses. Some viewers believed the criticism was excessive and unfair, arguing that any celebrity placed under that level of scrutiny would struggle to satisfy everyone. Others felt the appearance reinforced concerns they had already formed from previous public interviews and appearances. The uploaded source presents those reactions as the driving force behind the controversy rather than establishing them as factual conclusions. By the end of the broadcast, the conversation had expanded far beyond recipes or cooking techniques and evolved into a debate about image, authenticity, and public perception. What was intended to showcase a lifestyle brand instead became a case study in how quickly a single television appearance can be transformed into a viral cultural moment. Whether audiences ultimately viewed the episode as an honest attempt to connect with viewers or as a performance that failed to meet expectations depended entirely on their own perspective. One thing, however, was unmistakable: the discussion did not end when the cameras stopped rolling. If anything, that was the moment the real story, and the endless online debate surrounding it, had only just begun.